start the meeting. It's 12 o'clock. What time we called the meeting for? Why don't we, for now, why don't we not recite the pledge? There's only two of us and you're remote, so. I don't see any members of the public. Scott, do you have any comments you wanna make?
No, wondering, our progress on the police chief, of course.
Yeah, there's another meeting Friday night, and they are getting down to the wire, and,
Okay.
that's, yeah. And, as for some of my comments, I'll just say that there's a lot going on. The Beaver Dam culvert is moving along really well. That project's going perfectly. And in fact, they plan on being out of there in 2 to 3 weeks, which is great. The Main Street crosswalks, we believe they're gonna start at the end of the week. The sidewalk to Westbrook had a little bit of a glitch. We had to ask DOT for some amendments to the drawings, which I won't get into. I'm kind of trying to figure out when the Ferry Road soccer field project can get going, because you figure there's so much digging they have to do. Why can't they do it over the winter? So in other words, if we put this out to bid in September for a November, December, January, February, they gotta dig anyway. And then they can plant, they can put grass in the spring. So I'm gonna check on that, and the generator at the library's been installed, which is great. That was another project we had going on, so. A lot of stuff going on, and a lot more to come actually too, so. So Scott, we have minutes here from April 12th. You good
I
with
have
that?
them. Yep, I've seen them, so I can make a motion to, accept those minutes.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by
Aye.
saying aye. All right, very good. First item is it is time to do an update on our affordable housing plan, and Chris Costa has given me a proposal from Taish. They did the original plan, and this is gonna be called, Chris is gonna call it more of a housing plan than an affordable housing plan. It's a $12,000 update, which will set us straight for another 5 years. Kind of has to be done if we want to get money to do things, so I am going to move that we approve the proposal for the Taish Planning and Policy Group to assist the town with a housing plan for the next 5 years, and that we move this to the Board of Finance.
So I'll second that.
All right. Seconded by Scott.
I said I would second the
Yep, I
motion.
got it. All right. So,
And then, for discussion on that,
yeah,
if I am correct, when we look at the number of units we have of affordable housing, that
Yeah.
we are doing fairly well. It's just that the number that was expected was a number that was a number that's almost impossible for any municipality ever hit.
The number will never get to it. It's an aspirational number for many communities, but it's certainly unlikely achievable. But it doesn't mean we wouldn't try to continue to make progress on building housing that is maybe a little bit more diverse, and as a result, a little bit more affordable. So that is kind of the target goal here. So that's it.
Okay.
All right, moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next item is to
Hey,
authorize. Oh, hey, Matt.
Hey, I came in. I'll abstain from that vote because I have no idea what you were voting on.
We were actually voting, I'll tell you what we were voting on, and you can either signal your approval or not. To approve the Teich Planning and Policy Group, proposal for an update to the Affordable Housing Plan, which, as you know, has to be done every 5 years, and this is to
Yep.
stay on top of that. And obviously to keep us in good standing with the state, so that if we do go for some of that money, in various departments at the state level, we'll be able to do it. So we want to move forward with that.
I'm supportive of moving forward with that.
So.
I think that they did good work. So I'm a yes.
Yep, okay. Very
Thank
good,
you.
Thank you. And Chris Costa is right on top of that, and she's
Yep.
been great. So, next item, Matt, you were at the meeting last week with the Board of Finance with the fire truck.
Yes.
Basically, they need to order a ladder truck. It's not, the way we're gonna do this, by the time we're done paying for these other trucks, this truck's gonna be ready, so it'll just be a continued payment, so I don't see any, downside to authorizing for the fire department to proceed with Pierce to build this truck. It's probably on average 42 months away from even being delivered. As to how we're gonna pay for it, we can decide that over the next several months, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm not interested in prepaying, to be honest with you. You know, the fire department has a very healthy sinking fund that we contribute to every year. They're on top of all their capital needs. So I think if we just let this play out, order the truck, fund it through their sinking fund, I think the town will be in very good shape. So that's kind of my thought on it. So the motion on the floor is going to be to authorize a replacement order for the old Saybrook Fire Department ladder truck.
I'll second the motion.
Scott, you were not there for that conversation, but you saw the materials.
I did read it all yesterday, so I saw that Joe provided that pretty significant rationale and a whole big plan, and I've seen that 20 some odd year plan over the time, so I appreciate their planning and the fact that we're often able to take care of their needs because we planned in advance.
Yep. All right, so it's been moved and seconded. Who's in favor? What, Matt, did you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I answered my own question in my head. Thank you.
Okay, all right, moved and seconded, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All right, and now we're on to the call of special town meeting, which will be at the middle school on September 9th, which is Tuesday. We have a meeting. If we need to have a meeting, we'll have a meeting at 8:30 that morning, a regular meeting. And if not, we'll see you in the evening at 6 p.m. on September 9th. At 6 p.m. And this is to appropriate surplus funds. Just for purposes of discussion, I'm gonna put this on the table in the form of a motion that we move forward with this. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. I mean, I think we've kind of been through this a little bit, but any discussion or?
I'll make a comment since I asked so many questions about the various items at our last Board of Selectmen meeting, and that's the reason I attended the Board of Finance meeting, and so I was really happy to hear a little bit more detail from the Board of Education, specifically regarding where they are on the HVAC project. So I understand how this fits in to existing funds that they have as they're working towards completion. So I just wanted to note that.
Great. Hold on. Okay, moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And then we'll wrap the meeting up relatively quickly here and let you guys go. Discussion and possible action on release of an encroachment permit bond at Awanaco Trail, 34 Awanaco Trail. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
And just so you guys know, what happens here is a bond is taken out, we collect a check. The work is done, but for this bond to be released, and I know I'm repeating myself for you guys. Bill Claffey goes out and makes sure that the curb cut into the public road is the way it was supposed to be, and that it's safe for public works employees when they do plowing or any other work. And that is what this is. So it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All right, thank you. ARB, there's two vacancies. Mike McGinnis, who I believe Mike McGinnis came to me as Chris Rickson, who is a friend of mine in town, knows Mike McGinnis well. So he told me, hey, we gotta get together with Mike, Mike wants to get involved, and so Mike comes in, I meet Mike. Mike's a Democrat. I say, Mike, you should go to the Democratic Town Committee if you want to be involved. And he did, and I think he's a member of the town committee, Matt? Or, do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head. We've had a lot of members join over the last couple of months, and
Yeah, I saw him at the meeting that you and I did about
Okay.
Saybrook Point. He was there.
okay.
So anyway, Mike was an alternate on ARB, and now he is looking to be elevated. Highly educated guy, good member of the community. So I'd recommend. I'll move Mike's elevation to a regular member.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And this is good because ARB has had some struggles over the last year, maybe even 2 years, getting a quorum sometimes, and it's a little frustrating, obviously, for builders, developers, and for our land use department. There's another vacancy, and we do have an interested party. However, and that interested party has sent me her resume. Her name is Teresa Watford. Bruce Watford is her husband. He's in the fire department. They're a great couple. They live over on Maplewood, I think, right downtown. But I told Teresa, why don't you meet with Chris Costa? I want you to fully understand the role. And before you just jump right in. And so she's gonna do that and meet with Chris and make sure her interest lies there. Just so as an FYI, Teresa will also be a candidate for Park and Rec this November. But anyway, she saw the vacancy and she kind of had an interest in that. Ethics Commission, so we're gonna, number 2 there, we're gonna just table for now by consensus. Ethics Commission, Don Hunt, I asked Don if he's interested in being reappointed, and he said he would be willing to do that, which is very kind of him. It's not a very active board. Thankfully, it's not a very active board. There was a rewrite of the ethics bylaws, and just a few years ago, actually, I think Carol Manning had a bit to do with that. For some reason, I don't know if she was on that board and she is no longer. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But there was a rewrite a few years ago, so it's not like they've been doing nothing. It's just there haven't been any complaints recently. So I'll move Don Hunt. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and thank you guys. Scott, I am gonna come over to your house shortly and have you sign the call of this special town meeting. Matt, go ahead.
I would just had a comment to make at the end since I missed it. I just wanted to let you know, and you can relay to Lynette Wacker, that I completed the Sustainable CT Equity Training. And so that was 3 separate dates over the course of the summer, a couple hours each. And that goes towards our Sustainable CT certification. So I did that. And it was a beneficial experience. It was really good to be involved. And there were, first select woman of, I think it was Derby, or no, not Derby, Seymour. Anne-Marie Dragonis was in my cohort, and a couple of other, town staff from various towns. So it was good to talk with, peers, people that are in this about the different challenges from both sides of the aisle, as we just think about better ways to involve everybody that lives in our community as we're making decisions. So I will just wanted to flag that for you and Lynette, Carl.
Okay, thanks for doing that because it helps us maintain our gold certified, yeah.
Yep. You're welcome.
It's funny because it's all about points. That's what I keep hearing.
Yep.
But it's good stuff and Lynette keeps coming up with good ideas for us to do this, so. Thanks for doing that, Matt, appreciate it. And Scott, I'll get that over to you, Matt. I don't know, it's not critical that you sign it, but I don't know if you'll have an opportunity to call.
Yeah, I will be back in town. I have a 5 o'clock event at the firehouse for Youth and Family Services, so I can stop by right before that.
Okay, call the main line and Georgianne will likely be here if I'm not.
Okay. Okay.
All right, very good. Make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, thank you both.
Thanks, everybody.
Aye, thanks.
Hi.